Are you ready to make 2025 your year? I'm here to help you. Hi, ladies. Welcome back to Healthy Her Midlife. I'm Christine. I am the creator of healthyhermidlife.com and this YouTube channel. So we're just about at the new year, and you know what that means. That's right, New Year's resolutions. Whether it's health, career, or personal growth, there's something about January that just makes us all want to reset those goals and start the new year off with a bang. But did you actually know that there is a Quitter's Day? I believe it's the first or the second Friday of January that is called Quitter's Day, because that is the day that most people who have set New Year's resolutions will quit on themselves, will quit on their goals and give up. And the rest of us have probably given up our goals entirely by the time February rolls around. Am I right? I suspect that the reason why we give up so easily on our goals is probably because we aren't setting the correct goals for us. So that leads to us having unrealistic expectations about our goals and our ability to accomplish them. It also leads to us losing focus on them before we've even just started. So in today's video, I've put together my best goal setting tips for you. These were all in previous videos here on the YouTube channel. And these tips will help you dream big, stay motivated, and achieve your goals this year. These tips are simple, they're effective, and the best part is they're designed for busy women just like us. And my last tip could be the one that really helps you achieve your goals this year. So stick around for that. Are you ready? Let's go.
Looking back on the past year is such an important part of setting goals that really mean something. In this video, we dive into how taking the time to reflect can help you spot patterns, learn from your experiences, and figure out your next steps. It's all about understanding where you've been so that you can set goals that truly align with your values and what matters most to you.
That's it. So step one in our week one challenge is to reflect on our year so far. There's space on the worksheet to write about, journal about what your goals were, how much progress you made in those goals, and what challenges, if any, that you faced. Maybe you made the wrong goal for you. That could be it. Simple ways I like to reflect on my year is I'll actually go through my calendar starting with January 1, and I'll go through and see every little meeting or event that I RSVP'd to, or maybe it was a travel plan or something like that. I'm looking through my whole calendar to jog my memory about what happened during the year. And then the other thing I'm doing too is I like to look through my photos on my phone for throughout the year to see what challenges I may have had during the year or what successes that I had. And then you're going to do step two, which is to realign those goals. So that means what you're going to do is you're going to select 1 to 3 goals. And I am all for the easy win. So I would say one goal is great. And you can say, okay, I think I can salvage this by December 31st. And then whatever action steps you need to take to get to the win line. For example, one of my goals this year was to grow a garden. And when I look back at that goal, it probably wasn't very specific. I did grow a garden, but I would call it not a very successful garden. I got exactly 2 cherry tomatoes. And this is since March. And now we are at the beginning of September. And I earned 2 cherry tomatoes from my gardening efforts. So that really wasn't my intention at the beginning of the year. I had visions of a highly productive garden. So what I'm going to do to realign my goal for me personally is I am going to say, okay, I'm going to grow a fall garden that matches my growing area and weather. And I think I'm going to be a little more successful at it because I've been doing so much more research. And I've learned my lessons from this whole season of trying to grow a garden and being pretty unsuccessful at it. Maybe I had too grand of plans. And so I'm scaling back my plans. I'm just going to try to grow a few things. We'll see how it goes. Pray for me. And then the last step of this week's challenge is to go ahead and take that goal with your action steps that are needed and make it into more detailed, breaking it down into more chunks at the bottom of the worksheet. Hopefully, you'll have weekly uh, goals that align with monthly goals that will align with your end of year goal. The key is to keep moving forward one step at a time. Break it down into baby steps if you need to, but just keep going because that's going to grow your confidence in yourself that you can achieve what you're setting out to do. Really, success is about making consistent progress. It's not about meeting a specific deadline. So,
Now that we've talked about the power of reflection, it's time to focus on resetting and recharging for the year ahead. In this next part, we'll look at how to create realistic, doable plans that actually fit into your busy life. It's all about taking what you've learned and turning it into steps that you can stick with and feel good about.
well, this week we are going to do a little bit more reflecting on the year. And then we're going to set an easy win 4 week goal because I'm all about easy wins. So in week one, we went back and reflected on the year, everything that happened. We went through our calendar, we went through all our photos. Maybe you even went through your Instagram or your Facebook posts just to kind of refresh your memory about all the things that have happened this year so far. So now it's time to reflect on the year in general. I'll tell you about my year in a minute, and it's not pretty, but there's still some lotus is growing from that mud. So this week of the challenge, I want you to really reflect on how's your year going? What are you most proud of so far this year? What challenges have you faced? What do you want to start doing now in your life in for the rest of the year or for the next 4 weeks? And what do you want to let go of? My year has been challenging. It started at the beginning of the year with my partner, my boyfriend, and we lived together, getting a colon cancer diagnosis. And this is a round 2 of colon cancer. We didn't know it was going to happen. We didn't know what we were facing. That was a tough blow. It was something that we were not expecting at the beginning of the year, or really we were hoping. We had an inkling that maybe it was back, but we didn't get the full diagnosis until probably around February. Also, during that time, my ex-husband died rather suddenly. And I have 3 grown children and they're devastated. Of course they are. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I'm devastated too. So when I say there's mud in 2024, I am not kidding. It's been treacherous. But there has been a few lotuses growing in that mud this year. And that has given me hope that this year is salvageable. And I hope that you can see some lotuses too. This is where I really want you to reflect on this year and all of the things that's happened, because our brains have this negative bias in them. All we want to do is think about the bad, the bad, the bad, the bad. And we forget about the good stuff that's happened in our lives. So I really want you to go back and look and purposefully look for those good things because I'm sure they're there. There's got to be some good stuff in your life this year. So, one big gargantuan lotus for me is I'm going to be a grandma. And the other lotus is that my partner is cancer free, no more cancer. So, 2 huge blessings in my life right now. And I have no complaints. I can't complain about anything. Okay, so now that you've gone through the year and you've really had that heart to heart with yourself, it's time to recharge and get a 4-week plan under your belt, a 4-week goal under your belt. This is going to be just an easy win. What is it that we can promise ourselves for the next 4 weeks? And I chose 4 weeks because at this point now in the challenge, in 4 weeks, we're almost at the end of the challenge, and you're going to have that win before the challenge is up. Like, how amazing is that, right? So the first question in the recharge section is, in 4 weeks, I want to. So here are some ideas. You can say, in 4 weeks, I want to be logging more steps in my health app. Or in 4 weeks, I want to finish a craft project. In 4 weeks, I want to clean out my closet. That would be a great one. In 4 weeks, I want a clean closet. My boyfriend loves that idea too. Okay, so you're going to put your goal down, and then the next part is you're going to break that goal in half. So for my example of in 4 weeks, I want to have a clean and organized closet. What is the 50% mark? So I could say in 2 weeks, my stack of shelves and one rod will be gone through, and in the other 2 weeks, the other two rods will be gone through, for example. Then the last part is, what can you do every week or every day to break those 2-week goals, milestones, into edible chunks? So I could say, every weekend, I'm going to work on one section of my closet. Or I could say, every night after work, I'm going to spend 15 minutes organizing my closet. Now, I purposefully did not choose, and I encourage you to, do not choose a goal that you do not have control over. An example of that would be weight loss. You could say in 4 weeks you want to lose 10 pounds, but especially in this time of life, we don't know what our hormones are doing. And I'm kind of guessing they're doing something like this. Hold my beer, right? Am I right? So don't make it, and by the way, this is kombucha, not a beer. Don't make it a goal that you do not have control over. I have control over cleaning my closet. I have control over getting more steps in the day. I have control over drinking more water, but I don't have control over what that scale is going to tell me. Okay, so there you have it, ladies. I hope you enjoyed those tips. I hope you found them useful, and I hope you can implement them to help you achieve your goals this year. Goal setting doesn't have to be overwhelming. With simple goal setting and consistency, you will be amazed at how much you can achieve. Now it's your turn. What's your number one goal for 2025? List it in the comments section below. I would really love to know. Okay, ladies, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you had a magical holiday season, and I hope you have a safe and wonderful New Year's. And I'll see you next week on Healthy Her Midlife.